Welcome to the ultra official Balatro Joker tier list. Now, I want to get into it quickly, so I want to break down the rules. How am I ranking this? So, is it gold stake, white stake, speed running, multiplayer maybe? Okay, it's nothing to do with multiplayer, so no multiplayer Jokers that are good in multiplayer will be here. It is just gold stake, white stake, and maybe a bit of speed running. The reason I've combined these three is because gold stake Jokers are also really good on white stake, and speedrun Jokers are also really good on any stake. Because you can use these Jokers to win quickly, that usually means they're pretty good, right? Now, I guess another thing, is it into endless? Is it into just anti-8? That is going to be a little bit of a mix. So there's a lot of Jokers that are really good even just starting off, and then they're also great in endless. So that's kind of how I'm going to rank them. Now, I just want to say, I've never done this before, but 99% of you aren't subscribed. So if you do enjoy videos like this, I will be posting them anyway. But if you want to be there for them, we're going to have some good videos on the way, hopefully. Anyway, no one cares. Let's get into it. Jimbo. 4 more. I'm going to say it's air. Like, I'm going to go through these pretty quickly, especially the mid-jokers. I mean, I don't really want to talk about them too much because who really cares that much? They're not that good. So, yeah, Jimbo, you'll take it. It's cheap, but, it's air. Like, you're like, yeah, that's exactly the reaction I would have if I saw it. Anyway. I don't know why, my brain just forgets the name of the Jokers. This isn't Raffle, this is Greedy, right? Greedy is probably... Honestly, just Vendetta against Greedy. Like, I really hate these two Jokers. Because there's so much effort for so little, right? If I'm playing Flushes, I kind of want to be playing them for a better reason than for these. And then Flush levels kind of rendered these a bit more obsolete. Now, don't get me wrong. With the Chad, it's a whole different story with, they can actually be good with, like, Asian Joker, but the thing is with Asian, you can only usually carry one of these, and then a Nation might pop off on one hand. So, because of how much effort they are for so little, I'm gonna just put them in air. Some people might disagree. Now, what I'm gonna do is actually order these. So, I guess I prefer Lusty out of the most. I guess Wrathful... Actually, no, maybe, yeah. Okay, so for, like, winning a game, Arrowhead and Wrathful are pretty good. Gluttonous, I'm probably gonna put here. So we've got a little Jimbo sandwich here. So I'd rather take the formal over these two. But maybe I'd rather take these over the thingy. Okay, you get what I mean. Jolly Joker. Jolly Joker is very solid. It is 8 mort for a pair. I'm gonna put it in... Maybe it's actually just pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna put it in pretty good. It's very solid, and most of the time you'll see this with like some sort of enhancement because it's so common. You'll probably get an enhancement on this guy, but Joker design kind of mid. I'm also going to be taking Joker's design to account because I feel like that adds a lot to the excitement of seeing a certain Joker when it looks pretty. You're like, yeah, give me that. Zany or Willy? I actually can't remember the names. I use these Jokers so little. I use them like for runs, but I forget the name. I'm gonna go with mid. 3 of a kind, 12 more. It's not great, right? I mean, actually no. Okay, it's below these because these at least give 15 more, and a 3 of a kind. Like, full houses are kind of hard to find, and most of the time you're not actually going for a 3 of a kind build. If you want to, you can, maybe with trio, but not great. This guy is it Zany? Okay, yeah. I'm just not even gonna pretend to know the names. Once we get through. I have 700 hours on this game, by the way, and I cannot take Mad Joker. That's it. Yeah. When you guys see the names, I don't know. Maybe don't trust my opinions, but I'm gonna put it in pretty good. I think 10 mult for a 2 pair. It keeps you alive in those early blinds, helps you out, and you're chilling for quite a while. This is the mult version of Devious. Is it crazy? Crazy? I'm gonna put it in mid. I think it's decent. I like straights. Straights are cool, and I feel like because you can have so many different straights, they're a bit more viable than you might think when you first start playing the game, but I'm gonna put them there. Because, again, like, straights are... They're cool, but they can be hard to find sometimes. But I think I enjoy going for a straight more than a 3 of a kind. So, yeah. Droll Joker, 10 mort for a flush. I'm gonna put it in mid because, Jolly Joker is 8 mort for a pair. This is 10 mort for a flush. Like a 5 card hand versus a 2 card hand, is... I mean, obviously scoring comes into play, but most of the time you'll find some sort of easy chips, and they benefit the pairs because of the huge pair meta, obviously. Speak of the Devil, go Sly. I think is slightly better than Jolly. Chips are a limited resource in this game. I noticed because of Dr. Spectre, he said that there's far less chip jokers than malt jokers, and so this guy is very generous chips. As a common, you see him, he's pretty chill. Wily, I think it's 100 chips for a 3 of a kind. I think this is better than the malt. So I'll put this guy probably about here. Maybe just... I know, it's kind of mid. No, but it's actually... Sometimes 100 chips is all you need, so I'm going to put him there. I think it's pretty good. Clever Joker, I think, is slightly better again than maybe even Jolly. I mean, 2-pads are really easy to get, so I'm going to do that. I think easier chips are better than, like, okay malt. And these are good chips, if you think about it. Devious, again, very... Oh, whoops. Definitely not there. No, but he is pretty good. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I think because straights are a bit more difficult, I'm gonna put him just below Jolly. I think Jolly's just kind of the chill guy out of those. And Crafty, you know, we're gonna put him above the 3 of a kind, but not below the 2-pair. A lot of it comes from just like having fun with certain jokers, and Crafty is just kind of one of those where there's no fun to really be had. I'm gonna be honest. Half Joker, I love you. You are genuinely the reason I have world records. You are the reason why my speedruns can go well, is because this guy is just the GOAT. He is so good, but he's not quite the GOAT. If we're being honest, he has got a lot of nerfs, and you know, maybe he is a GOAT, but there is better jokers out there. I don't want to fill up that GOAT slot too much, but I think this is just such a solid joker. Gold stake, white stake, like it can stay as an eternal rental. I'll still take it. And then you get a foil on this guy, which I've seen a foiled half joker so many times. It's just peak. It's just like, life is great. Stencil. The most slept on joker in the entire game. I say that with chest. This is the most slept on joker in the whole game. 2 stencils with just like decent levels. 2 stencils with like a malt joker and then like decent levels is more than enough, right? And he's quite fun, he's quite tactical, and that's what I like about it. It's a joker that makes you think, and sometimes that can be annoying, but I feel like there's a difference between making you think in an annoying way and then making you think in a fun way. Like, loyalty card, we'll get to that loyalty card, but I think it makes you think in a pretty annoying way. And he's not very viable, but stencil is very viable. Especially on something like black deck, it can really make that difference, just that ×2 malt. Maybe you find a negative, a skip or something, you put it on, and then you get to sell a existing joker, which the negative maybe fills up with like a little bit of more. So you get like a popcorn, you sell the gross Michelle, and then you got a stencil, and then that's ×2. Very specific situation there, but once you get a good stencil run, you'll see what I mean. But most of the time, you want to get as many jokers as possible, and you know, yeah, you tend to not take it. 4 fingers, I think it's pretty good. Maybe about here. No. It's more fun than I let on. Like, it's actually pretty good. Flushes and straights, easily made. It's just convenience, but at first when you see it, it feels like you need to think about it. You don't really think about it that much. It's just, it makes scaling jokers a lot more powerful, and straights are quite a fun hand once you enable them and once you can make them happen. And because you can't really deck fix around straights as well as you can other hands, you know, a guy like this just makes things a lot easier. Mime. I think I have to put Mime in mid. No, what? Bro, who do you think I am? Mime is the best joker in the game. I'm sorry. Mime is the GOAT. It is a value generator. It is one of the best scoring jokers in the game. It is satisfying. It is just amazing, and like it gets online so quickly. With blue seals too. I mean, blue seals are kind of busted, I'll be honest, but Mime just makes them even more busted, and I kind of like that. I kind of like a Mime run. Now, as a speedrunner, Mime isn't great, but in multiplayer, this guy is peak. He's so good. Like, I cannot express my love for him enough. I know I have photograph as my profile picture, because when I first got into Balatro, I was like, YouTube game, what should I do? I should make my profile picture the most recognizable joker in the game. If I could go back and make it Mime. But we're too far gone now. And I feel like, yeah, people know my profile picture from just like how stupid it is, I guess. It was a pretty bad one, but shout out Sonic. Shout out Sonic for making me some fan art, which is now my new profile picture. That was amazing. I love you, Sonic. Appreciate it. Okay, credit card, slime him. Yeah, let's just not even get into it. Slime him because it is so inconvenient. You know, you're taking a credit card to go below minus, right? If you... I mean, like, sometimes first shop, it has its moments. But it just isn't that good, right? It's just... It's annoying. You put yourself in debt and then you got to get out of it to... You know, and then you waste a round because you can't spend anything and because you need to get out of this debt. And now sometimes you find like a temperance and things are cool, but most of the time you're planning to use a credit card, you're planning to go into debt. And it does help sometimes to find a certain joker, but then it's just annoying. It's just annoying. Like, no one has fun with credit card, just like real life. Anything that resembles something in real life that sucks, you don't want in your game. So ban credit card, remove it. The rich get richer. You know how it is. Golden ticket over this guy. Econ, just normal econ over this guy, always the way. Dagger is probably a yippee. Probably A, right? I think Dagger is one of the best plismorts in the game. It allows different playstyles, so like you can be patient, you can do gift card, feed it to the Dagger, you can do egg. You'll see an egg most runs, to be honest, if you have decent econ. And then even if you don't, you just throw like a random joker in there. You know, you're paying like a little bit of money, but for a lot of more. And that's why I think it's worth it. So since it says you're getting double its sale value, it's basically just how much a joker costs is how much more you'll get, which I think is pretty valid. Like 7 more for a $7 joker. Is that bad? Like, you're spending quite a bit. And now people have this conception that it like you only have like 4 joker slots. This joker does its part in the sense that, just like Stencil, it is worth losing a joker so that then you add them all up and then you get that final and 5th joker, right? And then you move the Dagger to the front, then you move it back, and you just have so much more. Like, not many jokers in the game allow you to get to 50 plus more, like Dagger, and 50 is all you need to win an anti-8 run. Now, it's bad into Endless. That's why, you know, Mime is really the GOAT, because it's so versatile. So yeah, I think Dagger will go in Yippee, and Banner will also go in Yippee. I think Dagger's slightly above Banner. But Banner is just convenient. It does have nerfs, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't... It's just good. Like, it's just very helpful. It's one of the best chip jokers in the game. On Gold Stake, it's a little bit nerfed, but it's obviously better than Sly. And on White Stake, it's 90 chips, right? That's pretty damn good. So I'm gonna put it in Yippee. And it's also like an aggressive playstyle. Like, these two are just... You love to see them at the start of a speedrun, right? They're great. Mystic Summit. Unfortunately, it's pretty good, but I hate using it. It's just a bit boring. You have to discard. And, I mean, on Gold Stake, it's a little bit less boring, but on White Stake, you're discarding 3 times. Most of the time, you're just spamming discard for the sake of it. But it's pretty good. I'm going to put it, like, above Jolly. I mean, it's probably the best one here, unfortunately. You know, if you're putting half joker and I love you, then I think Mystic Summit has to be in the conversation. Yeah, it's not very fun. I don't like it very much. And I lost in the Mystic Summit tournament, and this reminds me every day that I did. Anyway, Stone Joker or Marble, I forget which one's which. Probably mid. Yeah, like, it has its moments, but it most of the time you're taking it because you have a hologram, or you make a gamble on just making a bunch of stone cards, and sometimes it's fun, but it's just never always... No, I think I'm being generous. Mid is kind of an understatement. Or mid is an overstatement. Like, it just won't have that much use ever. It's kind of a filler uncommon. Speaking of filler uncommons, loyalty card, ooh, yeah, it's probably air. Maybe just a bit above Stone Joker, because it has its moments. You know, Burglar, you get 4x more every hand. You can have some fun synergies. Maybe on blue deck you get Nacho Tong. You know, you're chilling. I don't think you need Nacho Tong. Maybe you do. I can't remember how many hands it actually is. I think it's 6 you need to play. But yeah, he's fine. And I think because it can be used and can be powerful, it's chill, but it's also just a headache without it. And sometimes what's annoying about it is you have to take it. And you just really don't want to. 8 ball. This is really, really harsh. And I know that I said I'm not gonna rank anything on multiplayer, but this goes for the single player too. Are you telling me I have to look for 8s, right? Which have about 1 synergy in the game. Just for a shot of a tarot card? Like the 1 in 4, everyone knows in Balatro 1 in 4 is actually like 1 in 20. Right, 1 in 4 is not 1 in 4. Wheel of Fortune, have 10 in a row, one of them might hit, right? 1 in 4 is a lie. I don't know where the coding is, but it's a lie. We all know it. So I'm going to put him in Slime him because it's just kind of mid. Just kind of mid. Womator is trash, like it's garbage. I hate it. It has its moments, don't get me wrong. You get a dice. I had a really fun run once where I got 2 dice and did like tarots and stuff, but apart from that, like I just hate the gambling and it's so unsatisfying. Like retriggering an 8, yeah, I don't like that. Misprint. If you don't know why I hate this joke so much, go watch my speedrun world record ruined video. And just look at the misprint scoring. I hate this guy. And then someone commented saying that they hate it too. And that's why it's the bottom 1 joker. Yeah, no, I agree. I maybe would have put it in air before that thing, but like it's so unreliable that I hate it. Now you can do like strats with it to see the next card. That's too much of a headache. Like even that's an OP strat, I don't care about it. Maybe in multiplayer it's better, but again, multiplayer. There's a multiplayer, so Dusk. For a gold stake run, I mean it has fun opportunities, and that's what I kind of need to think about. So I'm gonna put it in like pretty good. You know, re-triggers, acrobat synergies, you know, final hand. Photo Chad, like it's decent. So I'm gonna put it in pretty good, but the more specific the circumstances are for this guy, the less I like it. Race Fist, pretty yippee. Race Fist is really good. Now, Half Joker gives you 20 more every time. Race Fist gives you 20 more if you put in a lot of effort. Sometimes you get card debuffs. I say a lot of effort, it's really not for that much more, but I think it's just a little bit more convenient. I'll probably put it above the the dagger because it is slightly more versatile, I think. Oh, does that, what do I mean by that? I don't know actually. I think it's just easier to get online. That's what I mean. But do I enjoy it? I don't know. Yippee. Yeah, 100%. He's just great. He's just the GOAT. Like, he's really helpful for runs where you're maybe got a bull or a bootstraps and you just want that free reroll. You don't want to spend $5 around. You know, that 1 free reroll can make all the difference. Sometimes the best jokers in the world are 1 reroll down. It's always in your next reroll. Trust me, gamble. It's the move. Bib. I don't like using it that much, but I think it's pretty yippee. It's not my usual reaction, but it has its moments. Like I said, aces can't get debuffed usually for any bosses, so that's why it's quite viable. And you know, hack, fib synergies, like it's a lot more. And you have like a decent X-Mort on top of that. You're chilling. And talking of decent X-Mort, slept on like crazy. I'm gonna put this in. You know, I think I need to think about this differently because this is a hard joker to get online. It's kind of long, but it's really good for endless. No, it's not. What am I talking about? 0. No. Okay. Yeah. It's probably just pretty good. Yeah, I kind of like it for when I've used it, but most of the time it's not very viable. But sometimes it's just that uncommon that you don't think about. Like you're looking for something good and you see this and you're like, oh, I do have 2x more from the 5 steel. That's awesome. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Scary face. Meh, it's pretty good. Probably the best chips out of these. But again, I feel like the plant is really impactful to my playstyle. Because I just don't really like it that much. Like I don't like playing into face cards because I know the plant is coming, and when I put all my eggs in that basket, usually goes wrong. Abstract. I kind of love it. I'm not gonna lie. It's just that like beautiful plus more with no drawback really. I mean, it does have drawbacks, but maybe like on painted it's not as good. But you love to see an abstract come in. right? Especially on black deck, maybe just getting that negative. You know, you probably see a few nat negatives. Maybe it's like one per run. And sometimes it's garbage, but I've had moments where it's just abstractors always pull through. Delay gratification is a yippee from me. Now, do I prefer it more than the free reroll? Do I prefer it more than the free reroll? A little, because I like just more money. It's kind of like why I don't really like credit card. While I do like Krusty, I like the fact that you just get the money in your Balatro savings. That's a lot of fun, you know? But again, it's not like amazing, right? It's delay gratification. It's like $4 around, $6 maybe. On white stake, like it's really solid. And it's a little bit of a lazy, aggressive joker, so I quite like it for that reason. Hack. Unless you're building towards something, to get a hack online, you could do Wii. But I'm not gonna lie, if you're doing Wii, you're just taking a Chad and that's just better than a hack, right? So I think hack is mid. It's that filler uncommon that unless you're going for something big, you don't really care about. And an average gold stake run, white stake, you know, unless you're going into endless. Even if you're going into endless, is hack really your first thought? Not really. You're like, oh, let me get a sock. Oh, a hack. Maybe I can work around that. That's kind of the thought process that goes into every hack build, I personally think. Now, it can work with this next joker, Pareidolia, which I truthfully think is a bit mid too. I know people love Pareidolia, but for me, face cards, plant, you know, you get every card that you take an Eternal Pareidolia, you're cooked. Right, if you're playing towards your cards, you come across a plant. Again, you're gonna see a plant like 50% of the time. It does have fun things you can do with it, don't get me wrong, I understand, you can make tons of gold, but you can only keep so much gold in hand, and if you're copying face cards that are gold, you know, you're gonna have a full hand anyway. There's a lot of face cards in the game, you'll probably pull most of them like a full house. I feel like having a bunch of numbered gold cards just makes it more complicated on what hand you actually want to win. So, yeah. Christmas show. Love to see it. Because it's a two-part joker. It can do two things. It can be very helpful, but it can also, you know... actually, I need to change my mind. It can be Cavendish. Reason it's not quite the best yippee is because how many times has it died during a really crucial moment? It just cooks you at the worst possible time, and you just want to cry. You get like a foiled Michelle. You're like, yes, life is good. Extinct. One round, and then you just want to reset. Odd slime him. Don't care. I hate this guy. I hate this guy. I have a personal vendetta against jokers that make me lose. And in the Mystic Summit tournament, I was way ahead. 4-minute run, and I couldn't find a pair of odd cards, and I died with 97k and lost the tournament. Yup. Odd, I don't care if you're decent. I hate you. Like, I need him slimed. I never like taking it. I haven't got anything above a white sticker with this guy. There's some jokers that I just have a vendetta against. I'm sorry. I just don't like Odd. I'm sorry for my Odd enjoyers. Now, let me talk about a bad guy. Even Steven. Even Steven's a bit better. I think it's mid. He's mid, but he's probably the best mid. Just for the simple fact of retriggers, you know, hack Even Steven can work. But I like Even Steven for the sense that it's kind of more malt, like a 2-pair is more malt than a crazy and droll. So yeah, I think it's decent, but it's still pretty mid. I just realized pretty good to mid. Mid doesn't necessarily mean bad. I feel like this is a big jump down. Like it's like, mid, pretty good. I like it. You know, pretty good. Still good, but maybe not that excited about it. Scholar, mid, but probably some of the best mid in the game. Nah, it's probably below Even Steven. Yeah, I feel like Scholar's really slept on, but at the same time, deservedly so. Like, it's not that strong. So I'm gonna put him there. Yeah. Business card. Put it against above Pareidolia and Hack, but most of the time, like, it's just really frustrating. Sometimes it's not on your side, and I kind of just like malt that's money that's guaranteed. So I'm gonna put it there. Supernova, yippee. Very solid, very easy. You know, when you discover the power of Supernova, that's probably how you get in your first gold state victory. You know, when you have to drop the photo chat that you've been running for 100 hours of game time, you pull out a supernova, you're like, oh, I get it now. Or you watch one Dr. Spected video and you realize you know what you're doing now. You understand it now, right? God, I'm unk. Ride the bus. I think also here, probably. I think it's above Ceremonial Dagger just for the sense that it can... Or maybe I'll put Banner above Dagger too. I think it's above Dagger because it's just more reliable. And if you'll most likely find some sort of easy chips, but you don't need chips for a while with a Ride the Bus, especially if you find it early. So yeah. Let's go in there. Spaceman. Probably A. Probably Yippee because even though it's annoying, I love to see it. And because it gives you more and chips, I think it deservedly needs to go above some good stuff. Now, I know it's a 1 in 4, and I know I hate it on A-Ball because it's a 1 in 4. But you can't lie, it's kind of fun, right? Even though it's annoying, it's fun annoying. It's like gamble, like it gives you that like exciting feeling. Right, a level means so much more than a tarot card in this game. And, you know, like, tarot cards give you money and stuff, but that's a 1 in 18. It's a 1 in 18 for maybe a tarot card that helps you. So it's a 1 in 4 for a 1 in 18 if you're looking for a specific tarot card. I'm not going to do the math on that, but that's pretty deep. Spaceman, I know exactly what I want. I want a level. Now, it has many synergies. Blue deck, you know, burglar, like, just... It's just nice. And it's nice scoring. And it's nice getting your levels up because it allows you to make more fun builds with higher levels. And so, yeah, I rock with it. Egg. We're very generous today. It's a Yippee. It's really good. I think the Temperances alone are so strong. The Swash, even the Dagger. The Dagger, you get like a debuffed egg even. Hit it with a Dagger, that's 30 more, right? 34 more, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, Dagger is very high up, but I think it's more convoluted than a few. So maybe you put it down like here. But I think it's payout. Like, sometimes you do have egg runs that suck. You just don't get anything. And that can be very annoying. Burger. I'm going to put it in pretty good. I don't think it's Yippee. Like, it's fine. It gets you the big 9th number, but most of the time you're not really happy to see it. Obviously it helps on black deck, but, you know, discards are there for a reason. And when you lose your discards, like with a banner or, you know, delayed gratification, you know, easy money strategies, the burger usually isn't that worth it. And then it's very annoying to just play so many filler hands, especially if you're going for something more than a high card build or a pair build. So yeah, I don't think it's very good. But it's also pretty good at the same time because of what it can do. You know, being copied and stuff. Blackboard, I love you. I love you. Blackboard is kind of just so good. It's not quite a GOAT. Maybe I'll change my rankings at the end. But the fact that even clubs and spades being debuffed doesn't affect this guy just makes it one of the best. And I mean, you could hate on him because he's the sole reason for the pair meta being as powerful as it is. But yeah, it's just so good. I love it. Runner, I'm yippieing, yeah, for sure. I think just below the Spaceman, but a lot of fun. You know, straight scaling. You get a 4 fingers on the right line, shortcut. Like, I feel like the game does a great way. The game is good at making straights actually feel fun after a little bit of playing. And you know, it's very rewarding. I like a Jonklo with a minigame, and I feel like Runner is a fun minigame. And it kind of hits that dopamine when you get like 2 straights in a row. Pretty good. Ice Cream is pretty good. Probably just below Steel. No, maybe above. 100 chips. It's gonna last a while. In my Ghost Deck World Record, you'll see the power of an Ice Cream if you full skip. And now, if I played high, fun fact about that run, in my Super 4 Ghost Deck, if I played high card on the final hand instead of pairs, I would have died. And that's why Ice Cream can be so scary, but because I played pairs and then 2 high cards, I just scraped it by. But yeah, pretty good Joker. DNA is pretty yippy. I think I prefer it more than like a Krusty. Maybe a little bit more than Delayed. It's fun, copying like good cards. Dopamine brush, you know what I mean? It's just good. Not too much to say about it. It keeps you alive in Ninth, which is pretty cool. And you know, Ninth is fun, I'll be honest. Splash, mid. Has its moments, like every Joker does. Don't get me wrong, I don't think every Joker is bad, per se. But for my personal playstyle, Splash doesn't really find many moments to shine. Blue Joker, yippee. You'd love to see this combo. Just so good. Blue Joker is probably better than Banner, for sure. It's a bit like a Banner, because if you're discarding, you're getting chips knocked off of your Blue Joker, but it's still just so good. Sixth Sense, it's pretty good. Yeah, nothing much more to say about it. Constellation, pretty good. No, it's pretty yippee. What am I talking about? Yeah, it's probably the most yippee. Especially with the telescope. You know, you're scaling. A lot of fun. And it can get to really big numbers, but it is a slow Joker, and that kind of puts people off. But there's so many synergies for this specific Joker that are quite fun. Skip tags are good. You know, skipping for a Celestial, like, it's just fun. So yeah, I think yippee for me. Hiker. The thing that's annoying about Hiker is it can actually be really fun. When you get a build online with it, it's a lot of fun. So I'm gonna put it in pretty good. But it doesn't really have moments to shine like that, I'm gonna be honest. Like, you won't often see it work its magic, and it's usually the uncommon you see after you skip for an uncommon, and you're like, oh, okay, fine, I see how it is. This guy, Faceless, it's pretty good. Again, I think we're just gonna speed through like the not super interesting Jokers, so you know, not trying to be here for 6 hours and you hear me like make a 5-minute rant about this guy. We get it. He discards 3 hands. He discards 3 face cards. It's pretty decent. Like, it's helpful. Green Joker. Yippee. I think just below the Supernova for me, because discards are very important. So we're gonna put it there. Maybe just below. No, it's pretty better than worse than Bus. Holy, but it's more reliable than Spaceman. Yeah, I think that's fine. Screen's getting big. Superposition. It's pretty but one of the more interesting is it can be good. Like, very good. Cavendish. Yup. I mean, fun fact, I've never had a Cavendish die on me. A lot of people have. But yeah, I think Cavendish is kind of peak. It's a little bit better than Black Ball, because when you find it, it's great, but most of the time you just don't see it, which is kind of annoying. To-do list, it's pretty good. But most of the time it's always on straight flushes. I don't know why. Is it like a thing? It's just never on anything but straight flushes. So for that reason, I'm gonna put it just above Faceless, because it can be very rewarding, but not quite there. Car Shop, I love you. I love you. Again, don't get me wrong, like, Stencil is slept on, but it's definitely really good. Like, these are still better than Stencil, sorry, is what I meant to say. Red card, yippee. Very another quick scaling mort, so yeah. But maybe because it costs so much, I prefer it just a little bit less than like certain other scaling. But maybe I prefer it more than Ride the Bus, because it's quicker and, you know, it gets to the point. Sometimes you have econ heavy builds and red card can thrive. Madness is really hit or miss, because it just depends on your situation. Like, if you have a good Eternal that can survive with a Madness, then it's amazing. Like, I love it. But because of its lack of moments, I'm gonna have to put it in pretty good, because it can still work. Like, pair levels, you know, like like a Eternal Burn Joker and a Madness, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And then maybe like some easy scoring. Square, it is yippee probably, but like a low yippee. Like, it's really good, it's really reliable, but it's not a lot of fun to use. Maybe, yeah, no, I think this is fine. Yeah, I think this makes sense for me. Went off in recent times, Seance. Now, I do want to put it in Slime Him. Or her, you know. We haven't identified which one is a she or he. But Seance seems like a woman, right? What am I talking about? Anyway, do I like it? It can be fun. It can be fun. But I think I'm gonna, because it can be fun and it can have its moments. Even though it's really unreliable, I'm gonna put it like at the top of F tier. But yeah, Misprint and Oddod. Insane bias. Maybe, yeah, I honestly prefer a credit card more than 8-ball, I don't care. Riff Raff Yippee, I think because it can give you good jokers, I think it has to be around here, like at the top end. You happy to see it. Vampire is pretty good. Probably the top of pretty good. But I don't like using it very much, so it's going there. Shortcut. It's mid, but fun mid. You know, like the reason shortcut is supposed to be more convenient, but honestly I find myself just going for a normal straight because shortcut hurts my brain. And then I'm like, oh, okay, there's gap of two. It's honestly just a brain issue. Don't get me wrong, I'm just stupid. But for me, my tier list, I think it's mid, personally. Hologram, yippee. Yeah, no, I love you. I love Hologram. So many fun synergies that can happen with it, and for that reason alone, and how powerful it can be, it's just pretty great. Even in like multiplayer, like I said, no multiplayer, but not a multiplayer tier list, but it's just so like good in very many aspects. Apart from maybe going into endless, then it's not as strong. Vagabond, it's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good for me, but it's so annoying on like Gold Stake. Like it's good, but it's not fun. But it's kind of fun in multiplayer, but it's not fun in an actual game. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when you're playing Gold State, you kind of just want to get along with it. But for my personal playstyle, I'll put it in pretty good. Baron. It's hard because Mime is definitely a GOAT, and this is like the synergy of a lifetime. Like, it's really good, but I don't think Baron by itself, it's too much deck fixing before it starts to get good. So I'm gonna put it at the bottom of I Love You. Like, it really has its, like, it's really good even without much gas. Like, even without a mime, it can be good. But, you know, like, if I start a run with a Baron, that's usually when you start it, it's like, you're not too happy about it. Cloud9 is so beautiful. I love Cloud9. Oh, we're on the econ now. Okay. Rocket. The reason I love Cloud9 is because it's the same money as delay gratification, basically, but just you don't have to do anything. And you can copy the 9s, which makes it a lot of fun. But I think Rocket is slightly better. I love a Rocket, bro. I love a Rocket. It's just so good. It's just so much money, and you're just happy to get the next blind, and oh, it's so good. And you earn that money per round. Like, even a rental Rocket, rental Eternal Rocket, I'll take. Obelisk. Low-key, man, my times have changed. Back in the day, this would have been an F. It's kind of yippee. Like, I low-key really like it. I think it goes about here for me. Like, it's just so powerful. And it's a bit of a headache. But sometimes it's really not. Like, if you have, like, 20 pairs, and you're not too, like, attached to the pairs, you're just playing it because, you know, whatever. You switch to high card, you do 2-pair, you do... Like, you could just have unlimited fun with the Obelisk and just really scale it. And you're probably going to be fine. But it just depends. Like, it's kind of like a dependent joker. It really depends where you're at in the run. Midas Mask. Yeah, I think Yippee. Again, fun joker. DNA. I feel like DNA is good, but it takes a while to find that one card. Midas Mask will work every round, most likely. Luchador's pretty good, but not a lot of fun. It kind of comes in clutch sometimes, but Yeah, like it's just pretty good, I think. I don't think it's like amazing. Maybe, yeah, I definitely prefer ice cream over that. So maybe even Sly. Maybe even Jolly. We'll put it here. It's more reliable. Like it's nice to have on the team, but then it also does get rid of your scoring. So like sometimes you have to sell the luchador just to even get the scoring. But there's no point in actually keeping it for the boss. Photograph. Pretty good. It's pretty good. But kind of went off it. Low-key. Low genuinely. Like even just in any form of the game, photograph isn't as fun, I think, as it used to be. I feel like it's the first taste you'll ever get of a big number. And then you kind of move on, you know? It's like Toy Story 3. You do unfortunately have to grow up and just kind of leave it behind a little bit. Sorry, photograph. Gift card. Yeah. Just amazing, really. I love you. Yeah, what are we talking about? I forgot this existed. Oh, I forgot this tier existed. Yeah, I love gift card. I think it's just above abstract for me. Just because of how strong it can be. That's a lot of fun. Bean. Yeah, no, I think it's top of pretty good. Like it really comes in clutch sometimes, but you know, it's not gonna help you win tons of runs. It's just gonna be like convenience. It's more of a convenience joker, right? And helps you with the econ and stuff like that. So it's also good with obelisk, but a lot of time you don't have a space for a bean. It's kind of just like, again, it's one of the jokers that you see every time you skip from uncommon hoping for something good. Erosion is one of the most hit or miss jokers in the entire game. It can genuinely be incredible. Watch my painted deck run, you'll see how just incredible it can be when hangmen start flowing. It's like hungmen. But I think it's Yippee. I think it's Yippee, even though it can suck. But it's more reliable than Square, and I think a little bit more fun than Fibonacci. So it was less reliable. Yeah, I just say less reliable, right? Than Square. Reserve parking, it's pretty good. But, you know, I prefer business card over X of re-triggers. So where's business card? Never mind. I thought I put business card in pretty good. Yeah, no, I really stand by that. Like, it's definitely better than Splash. You know what? We're gonna move this forward a little, and then we'll do that. Like, 1 and 2 for $1 is better than is worse than 1 and 2 for $2, right? So, you know, you still have the same amount of hands per run. You'll probably see the same amount of face cards. I think it's just a little bit worse than business card. Okay, rebate is Yippee. Not much to argue with there. I think it's just pretty good. Like it's just no, it's better than pretty good. It's Yippee. Yeah. What am I talking about? Sorry, this is one of the longest recordings I've done, and as you'll see, I just get worse and worse at talking. Hope that doesn't bother people. But yeah, Yippee for me. Just great econ, just all around awesome. You'd love to see it. To the moon, it's pretty good, but pretty unexciting. Needs a lot of game pieces to make it work. You need seed money to make it really good. But it can do its job. Hallucination, about the same. I think it's pretty good. I actually prefer it to Vagabond because it's more convenient. Vagabond forces you to lose money to use it, whereas, you know, this doesn't. It forces you, like, you're opening packs, you're going to do that anyway, and you get rewarded for it. I love Hallucination. It's great. Fortune Teller, while I do admit it can be good, I'm going to put it in the bottom of pretty good, I think. Because, you know, like, it's just extremely tedious. Like, it is so tedious. And the thing is, let's say you get it to a decent amount, right? Let's have a thought experiment. You get this guy to plus 20 because you use 20 tarot cards. Is 20 tarot cards not gonna expect more than 20 malt? Like, 20 tarot cards is gonna get you way more than 20 malt, right? Just in value. If you can afford 20 tarot cards, all that just for a half joker, bro. you know how much 20 tarot cards is? That is so much money just for a half joker. So, you know what? That thought experiment alone has made me move it down. Low-key. Like, you will not see this guy go above, like, 10 very often. Unless you have, like, a really slow, like, vagabondy hallucination run. But again, like, I'd just rather have the tarots. Tarots are scoring, tarots are neg fixing. And most likely tarots are money. With money, you find better things. Something a lot better than fortune teller, that's for sure. Juggler, it's pretty good. Drunkard, pretty good. Drunkard maybe just a bit above. But very unexciting jokers. I think I just switched these, honestly. I'm not too upset about it, I don't really care. But Drunkard, yeah, I just don't think there's anything to really say about this. +1 hand size, +1 discard. Yeah, it's decent, pretty good. Stone Joker, it's pretty mid. No, actually, no, I'm lying. I am sure I'm lying. Stone Joker is actually pretty good. But, like, not great, don't get me wrong. You know, like 75 chips, 3 stone cards, that's pretty good. Like, you might find stone cards pretty naturally. You know, a lot of people make them because they realize it's extra scoring, and when you got a decent amount of them, Stone Joker can be great, and with Marble Joker, it can be a lot of fun. Golden Joker is ZP. Again, just about the crusty for me, because I'm actually no, it's better than late. Better than my lord. It is better than delayed because you don't have to do anything for it. And yeah. I mean, delayed can get higher because of extra discards, but most of the time you're gonna sit with $4 or $6 depending on gold stake, white stake. But I feel like Golden Joker is just a little more reliable. Lucky Cat is yippee. Whereabouts? Loki, I need to put this really high. Yeah, like Lucky is, you know, this guy just made a climb for the ages. Lucky Cat is so fun. But Half Joker is more reliable, but like Lucky Cat is just so good. So I'm gonna put him there for sure. Yeah, like the amount of mult he can get to. Okay, this guy went from pretty good to the goat. Like it's like in Ratatouille when he eats the food and he like remembers when he was a kid. Like I was like, yeah, I've not used this guy in a while, and I just remember like the flashback, you know, back in the day when I used to use him all the time. It's just so good. He has so much mult, and it's just so satisfying. It's just so much fun. And speak of another great Joker. Yeah, I'm gonna do it to him. Baseball card is incredible. It is so powerful. And if you want to see why, you can look at my Balatro speedrun. So good. I had no chips for that run, but just mult from this baseball card, and it was insane. I am very happy to see one. I think it's got a really cool Joker design. That makes it a lot easier. And boy, are we on a streak. In all of my how to beats, I have always said this is a top 5 Joker in the game. Let me stand by it. Top 5 for sure. So good. So good. It's fun doing econ and getting rewarded for econ instantly. So like delay gratification, Golden Joker, you get these things with a bull and it just speeds up so quickly, and those chips are such a big difference. I love it. Like I love a bull. And obviously it has its moments on Plasma. Honestly, like Plasma is fine, but even just on any other deck in the game, it's so strong. It is just so strong. Double tag. It's pretty good. Maybe it's like better than no, yeah, I'll put it like middle of Yippee, I think. Because it can be good. Trading card, I love you. I love you. Love you so much. You're so good. You're so good. Just helpful in every single way. Flashcard. I love you. I love you so much. So much fun. D6 tagged. You can just get this guy so big and chunky, so inflated. Sorry, I might have attracted Pyrocynical with that one, but it's so strong. So great. I love it so much. Popcorn. It's pretty good. I feel like I'm just putting everything here on the second one. I think it's better than most of these. Maybe a little bit worse than ice cream because ice cream lasts longer, if we're being honest. Pair of pants. Yippee. We love to see a pair of pants, right? Pair of pants makes us happy. So, yeah, yippee for me. Ancient Joker, I think I'm gonna go... Because it has its, like... I feel like I'm just saying the same thing every time. You can only say one different thing for 150 Jokers. It is extremely powerful, but it can be inconvenient. It kind of punishes deck fixing in a way, unless you have wildcard. But wildcards, I think, are the most unfun... I want to put it back while I talk, because it's kind of hurting my brain. I think wildcards are the most unfun enhancement in the game. And because they're so difficult to actually get, like a Lovers gives you one wildcard. What is the point of building towards a nation when you can just find, like, a natural flush with a natural fixed deck? Like, you don't need to fix your deck for Ancient. Actually, that's kind of dumb because, you know, flush 5 of wildcards is way better than a flush. But you don't need that much score to win. It's decent into Endless, but if you're going into Endless, I'd rather do it with an Idol, to be honest, even though Idol's annoying, you know. But I think because of how strong this can be, whoops, ignore that, I'm going to put it in Yippee. But I don't quite love it. Top of Yippee, because of how good it is. Ramen, a little bit below Constellation, because one discard just, you know, makes it worse and worse and worse. And most of the time you'll have to use a discard for it. Not all the time, but, you know, a lot of the time you'll need to discard to survive. And it's just very unsatisfying. It hurts your soul. No other way to put it than it hurts your soul when you have to discard this guy. Discard with that guy. Walkie Talkie is kind of mid, I'm going to be honest. Definitely worse than Even Steven. No, it gives you more end chips. So I'm going to put it slightly above Even Steven for that reason alone. Seltzer, it's very It's not very good in vanilla Balatro. And most of the time in vanilla Balatro, if you're getting a Seltzer for your scoring, you know, you kind of want to go further, and a Seltzer doesn't allow you to do that, which isn't very fun. But Ancient and Seltzer, you get those in a speedrun, oh my god, you just go, bro, you just go. It's crazy. Castle, while strong, while pretty good, I don't like it. I think it's very unfun, and it takes so long to get online. So, you know what, I'm gonna put it in mid. Like, no, that's too harsh. That's way too harsh. Yeah. Pretty good, but very low, very low. So for my Castle lovers, no, it's definitely above a Drunkard, right? It's still chips. I'll put it below Stone. I think Stone Joker is a better chips Joker, and I'll stand on that. Now, screen's getting big here, so we gotta move down. Smiley face. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Maybe better than Popcorn. 'Cause 2 pair is 20 more. And you'll most likely find a 2 pair of face cards. So yeah, let's do that. Let's go down again. So big. Campfire, I think is top of pretty good. No, it's really good. It's pretty yippee, but I don't like actually seeing it. I don't find it very fun to use, I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's just a bit annoying. And it's very unsatisfying to get it to such a big number just for it to be reset. So, you know what? My opinion is pretty good. Just because of your irritation of it. Like, it's so much money just to kind of get it there, but it will save you a lot of the time from tough situations. But sometimes I'd rather die than use the campfire, truly. Okay. Golden ticket. What would bacon do? Probably the goat. I probably would say yippee. A lot of fun runs to be had. It's very strong. But I think it's below Midas Mask because, like, put them together. You know, they're a little couple. I think it's slightly below Midas Mask because Midas Mask is easier to get online than a golden ticket. Mr. Bones. It's just a 4x Joker. But once you die, it's very hard to find a replacement. So I'm going to put it in, like, the bottom of Yippee. Like, it can get you that world record sometimes. but it's usually only that helpful on anti-8 itself. It does save you from Violet Vessel. So you know what? Yeah, I think it's about here. Maybe below. Yeah, like it can do a lot for you. Acrobat, Yippee, maybe. No, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. But the thing is, with Acrobat, if you're getting down to that final hand, you know, sometimes you can find better 3x times 3x more alternatives, and getting down to that final hand is money, it's time, it takes a while, and you know, it's not great sometimes. Okay, stock, pretty good again. Now maybe a Yippee, perchance. Yeah, no, stock can be a lot of fun. I need to acknowledge that, and with an ancient, I think it's probably better than a supernova. Just for like the sheer amount of distance it can go. And then with idle, you know, it's kind of like what you want, right? It's what you want to find. And I think I need to show a bit more love to jokers that can take you far, and Sock is one of those. Swash, a lot of fun. For me, it's a Yippee. Egg Swash, like I love it, and even without that, it's still pretty fun. Still pretty useful. So yeah, big fan. Troubadour. Nah, Losing a hand for 2 hand size. It's not very exciting. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not great, is it? Like, who actually cares? Who actually cares about +2 hand size when you revert to black deck? So for that, it's going at the bottom of air because it does have like small moments with maybe like trying to find a blue seal, but it's very risky to take, and it is untakeable on black deck unless you're a psychopath. Certificate. I love Certificate. Certificate is so good. So reliable, so awesome. Like even if it gives you like some mid stuff, it's still good. You know, sometimes you're looking for a purple seal, you get a red seal. Right, red seals are still good. Gold seal, amazing. You know, like blue seal, amazing. Like all the seals it drops, and drops them in your hand, not just your deck, is so nice. Like it's so good. And you copy it with a brainstorm blueprint, it's perfect. Now we're almost getting to the end. So Smeared is pretty good in instances. So for that instance, I'm gonna say it's mid. Like, I probably prefer a fortune teller and everything here over Smid, I'm going to be honest. So, while it can be helpful, it's usually helpful with a castle. And what do we think about castle? I don't really like it that much, right? So, yeah, Smid is pretty about there. It's good for flushes. It's okay with ancient, but usually just finding a flush of 1 suit isn't actually that hard. So, yeah, I'm going to put him there. I just make flushes an easier repeatable hand, but if you're going to make them a repeatable hand, you probably have better deck fixing anyway, so this kind of gets in the way of that, I think. Throwback. As a speedrunner, this is my holy grail. And now I know this isn't one of the best jokers in the game. In fact, sometimes it's not that good at all. But I cannot describe to you, right? When I see this joker, it's like being in school again and seeing your crush. And like, you know, when you get those butterflies in your stomach and you're like, damn, like I'm scared to talk to her, but like I'm so excited to see her. Like that's how this joker feels, you know? Like I just feel so happy. And so nervous, and it raises my heart rate. I've never seen a joker raise my heart rate before, because as a speedrunner, you see this guy, you just know, like this is when you go. This is when you make history. This is when you show the ops, right? You show the people what you're capable of with this guy. He's just so beautiful. Like as a negative too. Like he's just so good. And you know, I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. He's just he's just so good. He's just so good. But he's not the GOAT. This is the GOAT. But he's close. He's very close. Man. It gets to the point where like I'm literally watching like Bean play a multiplayer video, he'll see throwback, And it will literally raise my heart rate. I'm like, oh my god, throwback. And I'm like, wait, no, it's multiplayer. You don't want that. But I love it. I love it so much. I think this is the most I've talked about a single joke. I love it. It's so good. But mime, unfortunately, it's a little bit better. Just, you know, in a different way, but it's just a bit better long term. And, you know, for that reason alone, I think it's probably the GOAT. Chad. Honestly, it probably would have been Yippee, but I think it's like the top. I maybe if I didn't put Yippee there, yeah, I'd probably put Chad in A. You know, I think it has to go in A. Let's just pretend it's not called Yippee. I'm not that excited to see a Chad, I'm not gonna lie. But I think it's probably the most reliable gold stake Joker. Like, it's so good, but it can be nerfed by a lot of boss blinds, which makes me less likely to take it. But yeah, it's pretty Yippee. Is it better than anything else? I think I prefer green over it personally. And ride the bus if we're just looking to get to anti-8. And I feel like Chad doesn't take you that far when it comes to endless. So, you know, that's why it's not up there for me. Rough Gem. $5 for a whole flush? Hell nah, that's mid as hell. That's mid as hell. So, honestly, I think I prefer Splash more than it. Splash has more moments. Yeah, Rough Gem. Oh, you know what? It's air. Yeah, like, it's just, I'd rather just get a rebate and discard one card than look for an entire flush, bro. And what, you get a Chad, you get $2 extra? Are we serious? Hell no, and you have to pay $7 for this guy. 7? No way, rip off. Bloodstone. It's pretty mid. It's very fun when you get it online, but it's admittedly pretty mid. Arrowhead is pretty good, for sure. Like I said, these guys, pretty great combination. And I just think Arrowhead 50 chips with a Chad that's 150 chips, that's almost a stuntman, right? With one high card, like, that's pretty good. Onyx Agate. Again, pretty damn good. Maybe above the bean for me, personally. Glass Joker. It's I mean, okay, if I'm saying air and I'm gonna put it anywhere else but air, then it's gonna go in air. I like it. Like, I do like it for what it can do. But I mean, I saw Pugman use this in the tournament, and it was a crazy move, and I fuck with it heavy, but it's not for me. Personally, it's not for me. Sherman. Pretty good. I think he can be fun. I feel like a Joker's biggest crime is, even if it's powerful and it's not fun, I'm not gonna take it. So, what is the best example of that? Probably what is the best example? Probably Loyalty Card is the best example of that. Like, it's pretty good, but it's not very fun. So yeah, that's where that goes. A Flower Pot. Yeah, that's probably where I'm gonna put it. This is probably the strongest Joker in F, in Slime him, but it's just so annoying. Like, honestly, I'm a believer that finding a 2-pair or full house with 4 different suits is harder than just making a flush 5. Like, it's just inconvenient, and sure, you can get wild cards, but like I said, wild cards are so criminally bad in, like, just normal Balatro because they get nerfed by every boss. I feel like maybe the way you make wild cards better is that they just don't get nerfed by the boss. Because why are you making wild cards just for them to be worse than just normal cards? Right, they need to be scoring, right? They need to be scoring suits, and maybe you get rid of that, so it's like, instead of scoring suits, it's just suits. That's probably the way you make Flower Pot better. And I rock with that, but if you're making reliable lovers cards with Flower Pot, you have to have a very fixed deck, and by then you probably have something better than 3x more, if I'm being honest. That's just how it is. Blueprint. Yeah, probably pretty good. Yeah, no, obviously. I mean, because it's like a copy Joker, I don't think it actually deserves to go above like the actual goats, right? People are gonna be so mad that don't speedrun, or even if they do, with the throwback being above the blueprint. You know, maybe I need to be real. Like, is throwback really that good? For an anti-8 victory, I think it really is. Like, I do actually think it's really strong. Blueprint doesn't do anything by itself, though. Like, you can start with a blueprint, but like, I'd rather start with one of these, you know? I'd rather start with one of these jokers than a blueprint. Because then you have to get a blueprint, and then once you get one of these jokers, it's fire. But I'd rather get one of these jokers and start with a blueprint. So, honestly, disagree like all you want. Like, this is not the correct opinion, this is only my opinion. And that's the fun of it, right? Wii Joker. Yippee, yippee, yippee. I love Wii. Yeah, I guess if I love it, it goes there. Speedrunning, I've gone off it a little bit because it's not very quick, but I think it's just a lot of fun. Minigame Joker, it's just fun to play casually with too. And you can go pretty quick with it, but I think for me, I love it, to be honest. It's pretty good. Those are two contradictory statements. I love it, but it's pretty good. No, I love you. Sorry, man. You've been my day one. Always liked you. Mary Andy. Yeah, mid. Banner Mary Andy is good. Mary Andy is so annoying. No, it's air. No, be generous. Yeah, no, it's probably the worst one here, I'm gonna be honest. So many discards for what? Like, I don't care. Like, I just do not care. -1 hand size is so irritating that I'd rather just have, like, +1 hand size with way less discards. Oops. I think it goes in Yippee to a degree. It's really like not that exciting to see at first, but it's really exciting to see depending on the build you have. And I feel like that for that reason, it's a good Joker. Like, it's Yippee for me. Idol, although like trash in Gold Stake, I have to give its flowers for just like how far it can get you. It's probably the only re-trigger Joker apart from Baron Mime. So I'm gonna put it in Yippee, but like in a different kind of category, right? Like, it's not with these guys in what these all have like reasons for being here. Idol it's just good once it's online. Like, it's really, really strong once it's online. And that makes it a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm gonna go Idol here. And yeah, I do think it is fun. Or it can be fun. And then when you get an idle hit, it's exciting, like how much you score. But it's just annoying. So, nah, honestly, yeah, we're gonna put it in pretty good instead, honestly. I don't think it's Yippee. Like, I don't think I've ever been excited to see an idol, even like in multiplayer where it's the most powerful. Or I think Bean nerfed it. No, not Bean didn't nerf it, but he's part of like the team that does that. But yeah, like, the same way I'd get excited if I saw like a Baron in multiplayer, I'd not get excited if I saw an idol. So idol is just pretty good, I think. Sing double, Yippee for sure, just very solid. Probably just above the pants for me. I do prefer these X-Malts a little bit more. But yeah, Sing double is really good for sure. Matador, slept on. A little bit convoluted, doesn't work on certain boss blinds, and still to this day I don't know why. But it can be really powerful, like genuinely, with like card debuffs, so I think Yippee. No, actually, no, yeah, it makes a lot of money for one round. So I'm gonna put it in pretty good. About there, probably. Yeah, that's probably like one of the only econs in pretty good. I think I prefer more than To the Moon. Hit the Road. Honestly, I just don't like. I don't like, but I'll give it its flowers. It's like, it's pretty good, but I just don't enjoy using it. So it's probably going like around here. Yeah, I don't like malt that leaves me, right? I like malt that stays. So it's a lot of work to find jacks can be satisfying, but usually it's just like that. The replacement for the better joker that you're looking for. You're never excited to see a hit the road that often. Duo, very simple. I think a little bit boring. So duo's good. I think it's above ramen, but maybe not quite, you know, ramen level. Or not quite like these. Not quite on the level of these guys. Seeing double can work. No, maybe a pull down seeing double. No, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'll do this because I think pair is the same amount of malt, so the duo is definitely better. And that probably means I move this guy here. I like a riffraff more. And then ramen is probably the worst X malt in the game. You know what? I need to move obelisk up. What am I talking about? No, actually, I think I'm more happy to see a ramen because it's simpler. An obelisk is just like most of the time you're playing towards a certain hand, and an obelisk doesn't like that. So trio, it's pretty good. Family, it's pretty good, but like actually quite low. I prefer it less than madness because it's so unviable. A lot of the time you just can't use it very often. So yeah, it's going there. Most of the time find the 4 of a kind. You know, trio 3x malt, 4 of a kind 4x malt. You know the difference between finding a 4 of a kind and a 3 of a kind? It is pretty big. I don't know. The order straight 3x malt I think is yippee. I enjoy straights a little bit more, but it's probably not quite like up there, you know. I prefer an obelisk. So I'm gonna put it here. Yeah. The tribe is pretty good. I think a lot of X malt is at the top, but it's not great. Like considering you're getting 2x malt for a pair and 2x malt for a trio or for a flush. Obviously, the difference in planet levels comes to play and the scaling, but you know, obviously people know that flushes don't scale great. That doesn't mean don't play them. It just means that they don't scale great. So when you get something like the tribe, you'd probably rather just have something else, some other sort of X malt. But yeah, mostly if you're doing flushes, you want to go for Asian Joker, right? So this is a rare too. You know, for that reason alone, I mean, it might just go down a few slots. It's a rare for 2x malt for a flush. Yeah, nah, that's not the one. Stuntman. I love you. I love you. I love Stuntman. I love its design. I just think it's so good. Like, it's so fun. And the drawback is actually kind of fun. I don't know. Like, 250 chips is most likely all you'll need, but I just like that it enables you to go quick. And I like that it's just fun. I don't know, like on Plasma too, like trying to get as many of these as you can. I enjoy it, but just even without Plasma, it's just nice. Like, it's a very simple Joker, but it's just a lot of fun. For me personally, I really enjoy it. Invis. Yeah, I love an Invis. Probably above these guys. You know, copying one of these Jokers. The prospect of that is very exciting. Especially Stencil. Copying the Stencil is a lot of fun. Because if you didn't know, if you copy a Stencil, it doesn't count the other Stencil as a Joker. So you have multiple stencils. It's awesome. It's so good. And yeah, I think it's a deservable rare. Like, if this is a rare and the tribe is the same rarity as this, hell nah, bro. Like, how is a Cavendish in a blackboard less rare than the tribe? How? This is just leagues better. Every single Joker here is more of an uncommon, and it's just leagues better than the tribe in every way, shape, and form. So, I don't know. Yeah, tribe sucks. The thing about tribe is the reskips on the throwback, right? 3 investment tags. That's beneficial, and yeah, the tribe sucks. You know what? I've annoyed myself. The tribe is just going lower and lower. Fuck you. No, it's mid. Top of mid. Yeah. How did it end up in Yippee? There's no shot. Brainstorm. Yeah. but it's a little bit worse than Blueprint. Brainstorm is probably the worst. What am I talking about? I was gonna say the worst of the copy jokers. There's like one other in the game apart from Invis. So yeah, I think it goes here, but I'd rather see this before I see a Brainstorm. Because the Brainstorm usually copies the Molt on the left that you're usually gonna have. Unless you're doing Baron Mine, then Brainstorm's good, but Blueprint, much more versatile, just a little bit better, you know. I think I watched a video, it was like Cain and Abel, in-depth analysis of Blueprint and Brainstorm. I was like, damn, those Balatro players need jobs, bro. We need them. Satellite is pretty good, but it just costs a lot to get online, but I guess it's a cost that you make naturally, like buying planets, but most of the time you're not buying a bunch of different planets. You know, maybe the thing to make this like really stupid is make it so a black hole makes it so that you get $12 around. Like it counts as every other hand. So it's like, oh, if you find a rare black hole with a satellite, boom, that's a lot of money. But yeah, Shoot the Moon. I used to love this guy in multiplayer, but I think very unfun when you're playing the actual game. But like I said, Mime just takes Shoot the Moon to another level. So I have to be honest. Like, it's probably Yippee. It's probably an A tier Joker. Maybe not quite Yippee for me, but yeah, I think it goes about here. Yeah, that feels right. I don't know, like, it's good, but it's just a bit annoying. And obviously, face cards. Still, you know, Photograph went lower, but I think Shoot the Moon is just a little bit more... I feel like it's really good on its own, and I feel like that's an interesting way of ranking That's an interesting way of ranking Jokers, is how does it do without synergy? Like, what is I'd love to know what people have to say about this, but what is the best non-synergy Joker in the game? If you just had that one Joker, what is the best non-synergy one? Like, what is it? I think I have the answer. Soon. Driver's license. It's pretty Yippee. 3x more is good, but it only works if you're going to make 16 enhanced cards naturally, which, you know, probably is going to happen. You're probably going to make 16 cards naturally, but I think most of the time it just comes at the wrong time. Again, it's that rare skip that is annoying. Like, as a rare, you know, I'd rather have an acrobat. There's an uncommon that's just a little bit more convenient. But then, you know, once you get this guy up, usually late game, if you get a Midas Mask, oh my god, it's awesome. You're chilling, but yeah, I'd rather have a Midas Mask over a driver's license. And then if you find a driver's license, which is a rare, which you'd probably rather find different rares, that kind of knocks it down for me. Don't get me wrong, if this was an uncommon, it would be a whole different story, but I feel like this should be an uncommon. I don't think it's that good. You know, Blackboard is just leagues better than a driver's license. Card Sharp is leagues better than a driver's license. Hologram is leagues better than a driver's license, because you don't have to wait to get 16 cards before it does anything. You know? Yeah. But it's also, I think, better than the trio, because you don't need to play it with a certain hand once you do it. Which is rare, you know? Like, Cavendish is probably one of the only ones where you can play whatever hand you want. Blackboard does limit your hands unless you have crazy deck fixing. Stencil allows you to play whatever you want. Hologram allows you to play whatever you want. But I guess with Stencil and Hologram, you're not going to have much space to play whatever you want with because you're going to need more Jokers to play certain hands, I guess. And then Hologram, you're going to blow your deck. Anyway, holy yap. Cardomancer is very yippee. It's just great. Just a great all-around Joker. But maybe I don't quite love it. Not that much. Maybe I do. I just remember my How to Beat Magic deck. That went crazy. So if you just heard that, that scared the ass blue shit out of me. There's a firework that just went off. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, that's a warning. Put Cardomancer first. Top of Yippee. No, it's worse than Ancient. Ancient's really good. Okay. Astronomer is pretty good. Pretty top of pretty good. I quite enjoy it. Has a lot of synergies, satellite especially, very good synergy. And then maybe I'm being too kind. Probably here, maybe, per chance, maybe there. Now, do you remember that question that I asked? What is the best non-synergy Joker in the game? What is best by itself? And I think we have the answer. Burnt Joker. I think Burnt Joker is the best non-synergy Joker because you don't need copy effects of it. It can just kind of do its own thing for a very long time. Now, it does take... maybe my answer is wrong because you do need some sort of scoring. But truthfully, if you find it first shot, you do a pair, you play a flush. You then get another pair level, you play a flush, then maybe a pair. Then you get another pair level. You do the same thing, you get another pair level. Oh, now you can survive with pairs. But you do need more gas with it. So I just think it's really good by itself. Like, you don't need a blueprint to copy it or anything for it to be strong. It's just great, and it's probably the best Joker for just winning in Gold Stake because it gives you more and chips. And there's not many things in this game that give you both of those things. And if it does, it has an insane drawback. So, you know, like sorry about that again. Like a Scholar does that, but you have to find aces specifically. Burnt is just goated. Bootstraps. Yeah, I kind of love it. A little bit less than half Joker. Because getting 20 more on a bootstraps takes a long time. That's why Bull solos bootstraps. But bootstraps can be strong if you have insane econ. So yeah, it's going there. I do like it. We're almost at the end. That's crazy. Canio. I love it. I love Canio. I think it's a lot of fun. And just for that reason alone, I really like taking it. The legendaries are going to be interesting, so yeah, Canio, yeah. Tribulate. It is just a simple idol, and for that reason, I mean, it's better than a blueprint, isn't it? Like, come on now. It is better than a blueprint. I think the rarity of it has to probably take it down a notch, because, you know, you don't find it often at all, and I'd love to see that in a new update where they made legendaries a little bit less rare, because they're some of the most fun jokers in the game, and only getting to play with them so little is kind of annoying. I think I'm going to make a video about that. I'm going to make a video talking about what I'd like to see in a new update. Completely copy Focus Shock's video, but, you know, show him some love. But yeah, Tribulate, it's just one of the goes. It's so simple. And sure, like, I did nerf face cards because of the plant, but I think Tribulate, like, it's one of those jokers that's just so fun. And then into Endless is also just more fun. And you can find ways to dodge the plant. And I feel like oh my god. I feel like the benefit of Tribulate is worth dodging the plant. Okay, we're fighting the fireworks over here. Yorick, I love you. Yeah, we love Yorick. A little bit better than Canio because you can easily get guaranteed X-Mort. And I think I prefer it more than Blackboard too, because it is just, you know, it's a little minigame, and it's a very rewarding minigame. But maybe not quite on Tribulate's level. Cheat card. Yeah, yippee. Like, I'm happy to see a cheat card, but it's most likely getting sold for extra scoring. So yeah, cheat card's good. You can do fun things with it, hand size glitches. Sorry you can hit the fireworks. We're almost at the end, I promise. Like, this is my congratulations for being at the end. We get the fireworks. Perkio. Perkio is the whole reason why I want legendaries to be more common. Perkio is so fun. Not in speedrunning, don't get me wrong, but it is so fun. It is so fun to be able to go to Anti-39, to just make a bunch of money, to just do a bunch of deck fixing so easily. And the copying of your consumable slot just makes negatives more interesting. Some of the most fun things you can do in this game. The limits and boundaries you can push in this game, which are so fun to watch and to do, are all accessed by this guy. And the fact that he's so rare is so annoying to me because I just want to do some fun things. And I feel like the problem with it is with legendaries, you have to kind of feel them out. You have to get them multiple times to understand how they work. That's how every joker in the game works. You know, no one knows how to use a stuntman when you first get it. I think when I first got Perkio, I sold it because I don't understand what it did. So I just wish I could have just been able to play it, fail with it a bunch, and then be like, oh, I get it now. Now it feels like when you get a Perkio, you really need to like sit down and you know, lock in. I'd love to just be able to see it more. You know, I don't know how I'd counter that. Maybe that's for another time. But this is my official Balatro Joker tier list for the ones that skip to the end. How you doing? And yeah, it doesn't all fit in one screen, unfortunately. But yeah, that is my tier list. I hope it was cropped correctly. I have a feeling maybe it wasn't at times. I am very sorry if it wasn't. But yeah, this is the whole tier list. And thank you for watching. Like I said at the very beginning, if you do enjoy videos like this, be sure to subscribe. And this was a long one. I've been yapping like crazy. Holy shit. Thank you for anyone who sat through this whole thing, and have a great day. Peace out.